Seth be the special guest referee for McIntyre Punk 1, because that report is going around that a major match at SummerSlam will have a special guest referee.
I think if we're looking at it, then that's the only one that makes sense.
Only one that makes sense.
But
do you agree?
I don't know. I'm conflicted only because then this means that Seth Rollins doesn't have a match at SummerSlam, which is kind of odd. But it also makes sense, like, if they're not going to have him do anything else, then okay, yeah, at least he's involved in SummerSlam in this way. So I guess, like, if that's what you're gonna do, then I guess at least he'll be on screen. I think that I don't know. I don't know that I love it because I've already said how I want this match to go. And I really just wanted it to be an absolute slaughter by Drew McIntyre. And if Seth Rollins is involved, that means it's not going to happen because they're going to want Seth to have a role and do something, you know, like they're not just going to send him out there for Drew to finish the match in 5 minutes, you know, like Seth would be, there would be no reason for him to be there. But I also feel like there's really not a whole real point for him to be involved in this other than his connection to Punk. Like, there's otherwise, like, what are we doing? Like, he doesn't have too much beef with Drew, really. It's not relevant anymore. He was just having a match, you know, with Damian Priest, and McIntyre did what any of them would have done, which would have been to cash in. And we can't say Seth was pissed at that. He did it at WrestleMania in a main event. Like, you can't be mad that a guy won a briefcase an hour before and did it in your match that wasn't even the main event. You know, that's not a reason to have beef with him. So he would be involved in it because of not liking Punk. So then it's like, okay, is he going to work on behalf of Drew to make sure that Punk loses? But there's no title involved. So whoever wins this match is just to be like, oh, yeah, I won. It's not like they're going to walk out champion or something.
It's all about getting in each other's business. That's what I'm saying with this theme.
I don't know.
And now, like, Seth's getting in Punk's business, a special guest referee. Once again, someone is getting in Drew McIntyre's business on his quest to become world heavyweight champion. It's just all about people getting into business that they don't need to. And I like the added little element of Seth in there. Why not? If to me that just means we're gonna get more. It's confirmed we're gonna get more McIntyre versus Punk in the future, potentially at Bad Blood. So
yeah, I feel it definitely at Bad Blood because that's the next show after.
That'll probably be
other
the Hell
than
in a
Bash
Cell
in Berlin.
Yeah, so then you do them at Bash in Berlin, and then you do Bad Blood at Hell in a Cell.
But then it's like kind of interesting because Punk is still not cleared, and it's 2 weeks away. So it's like there's a little scary about timing because even if he gets cleared, like, is he wrestle ready? Is he like ring ready? Because what if he gets cleared next week and he has a week to prepare to be in a match against Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam? Like, that's, I don't know. It seems a little intense, but I feel like that's the only thing that really makes any sense because Drew has to have a match at SummerSlam. It pretty much has to be Punk, but if it can't be Punk, then what are we doing? Like, are we going to try and put that into like a punishment angle that McIntyre can't work SummerSlam because he won't stop putting his hands on referees or something?
No ref wants to be the ref.
But it's really because Punk's not cleared.
What? So that it's gonna end up? No, what?
No, I'm saying if Punk cannot be cleared, I'm talking about real life situation. If Punk is not cleared by SummerSlam or he's not cleared like right now, then they can try and make it into an angle that, oh yeah, Drew doesn't get a match at SummerSlam. Not because Punk's not cleared. We're not going to talk about that. It's because Drew won't stop misbehaving. That's what I'm saying. Like, that would be the angle they would take to take the heat off of it being Punk's fault because he's not cleared. Even though it's not his fault, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to blame him because he got injured and isn't cleared yet. But it feels like that might be the way to go, which would be unfortunate because Drew's been talking about wanting to face off with Punk at SummerSlam for months.